Alright, we're live. Let's see if this works. What's up? Why oh no? Yo. I see, it's a mistranslation. What? I said pop out chat, not this shit. How do I... settings. Block pop-ups and third-party redirects. I think I have to uncheck that and then pop out the chat. Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, weird. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can make this work. I believe this is my first stream on Alpine. This'll work. It's been a while. Haven't been streaming as often since I share a room with my brother now. Gotta put on some music. Let's see. Wait. I don't want to risk any volume issues. Alright. Let's see. Where's... right here. Yep. And I might need to adjust audio levels. How's that? Is that good? Maybe like that. I can always adjust it later in the stream too. Alright. So, and I just realized this monitor is a little too small for the chat to be side by side. Gotta make sure my audio levels are good. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. My own text editor. It's simply because I'm unhappy with other text editors, that's why. I explained it in my README. Basically, everything in here is a buffer. It's like Emacs, but Lua, and first-class terminal support, but multiple UI backends. This translator thing is so annoying. Yeah, unhappy. Just things generally that irk me. Like, for example, NeoVim. It's the closest to what I want, I'd say. But NeoVim has a lot of issues. Like, for example, it still follows the Vim... it's a fork of Vim, so it's almost like C++ in a way, in terms of all its problems kind of stem from the fact that it's a fork and not its own thing. So, like, for example, NeoVim has no multi-cursor support natively, stuff like that. And I just figured, for my own paradise in terms of code editing, I should just build my own. So that's what I've been doing. It's a text editor where everything is a buffer. It's configured in Lua. It has a process model even. Like, so similar to Linux, in that you have RID 1, or RID 0 in this case. RID referring to runtime ID, runtime just being what I call a process in the context of my text editor. My text editor is completely single-threaded and has its own custom scheduler that preempts Lua VMs. But yeah, so this is my text editor, and to show you what I mean by everything is buffer, I can go to the border buffer, and I can do something like this. And now I changed my border. Make you come back to Linux. I mean, what did Linux not do for you? And where's my buffer? Yeah, there we go. And don't worry about this. This is not curses, because not curses is kind of a dumb project. Oh, gaming on Linux is just fine. It's been for a couple of years. I mean, I don't have Steam installed, but that's a personal thing. I just didn't want to install Steam, but I could. Actually, it might be a little harder only because I'm running Alpine, which doesn't use glibc. glibc. But yeah. Which, speaking of Alpine, I'm not sure how stable this stream is going to be, because I was too lazy. Alpine only ships partially what I need for Hyperland, so I had to compile a lot of stuff from source, and I don't think I did it correctly, so we'll see if the stream breaks. How are the audio levels, by the way? Do let me know if the music is too loud, because I'm still trying to figure that out. When did I change? Recently. I can actually see... well, that's not... That's probably due to me using BusyBox, to be honest. I changed... yeah, I don't know how old my system is. Damn, I was a distro hopper. No, I'm actually not really that much of a distro hopper. I only really change distro if I have a good reason to. In my case, I wanted to get away from Arch. That's why. Also, this is really annoying that I can't. Can I? Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of on-stream futzing. I'm gonna see. Can I... How do people do the live stream chats? Arch is a good distro. It's I just kind of wanted to get away from it personally, because for me, like, I'm not your average user. I'm someone who understands how the kernel works. I'm someone who understands how the system functions. So for me to be on a... So I have choice. I was like, you know what? I want to use a system that's systemd free, and also I want to experiment with muscle a little bit, make sure my software works for those users.
I don't want to fall asleep, I don't want to pass away. I've been thinking of our future, cause I'll never see those days.
Yeah, basically a nerd.
This has happened, but I probably deserve it. I tried to do my best, but you know that I'm not perfect. I've been praying for forgiveness, you've been praying for my health. When I leave this earth, hoping you'll find someone else. Cause yeah, we still young, there's so much we haven't done. Getting married, start a family, watch your husband with his son. I wish it could be me, but I won't make it off this bed. I hope I go to heaven.
I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole later, to be honest. This is fine.
Happy you were mine. It sucks that it's all ending.
Don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. When are you going to use BSD? I have actually used BSD. I daily drove FreeBSD. It was fun up until FreeBSD kernel panicked and deadlocked my system, and I couldn't recover it. Like it would do that on boot. Alright, so what do we gotta do?
Walking through the park, you would jump into my arms every time you heard a bark. Cuddle in your sheets, sang me sound asleep, and sneak out through your kitchen at exactly 1:03. Sundays went to church, and Mondays watched a movie. Soon you'll be alone, sorry that you have to lose me.
Should I skip this song? It has talking in it, which is a little annoying, but it's also a good song. No, I'm unemployed. I'm still figuring things out. I'm not yet legally an adult, so there's a lot of weird shit I have to jump through if I want to do a tech job. And honestly, I'm not even sure if I want to do a tech job. I'm still figuring things out. I'm collecting cash, saving it. Yeah, I'm essentially being unemployed, but trying to do it in a somewhat smart way. I'll figure it out. I am actively thinking about employment. I want to figure out a game plan so I don't get stuck in the rat race. You know, like, I get a job and then I figure out how to eventually gain financial freedom without compromising on my morals, of course. My morals being, if I ever sell software, for example, I will always sell pre-built binaries for open source software that I created. Still 17. One more year. Actually, more like 4 months, but yeah. Also, we got an OG here. Sweet. Thanks for sticking around, bruh. Wow, that sounded very insincere. I mean it, though. Okay. So, first off... Nope. Got, 2 years and 4 months... Wait, yeah, 2 years and 4 months before that moment. What month is it? August, September, October, November... Yeah, about 4 months. December is when I turn 18. Oh, by the way, check this out. This crashes people's LLMs, by the way. Just outright crashes them. Code is art, guys. Code is art. Protect it. Alright, so... Alright, so... First off, I'm gonna optimize this function... No, it's, it's not. It's, agents.md and claude.md are both symlinks to dev.urandom, and this is what happens when you try and read them. Yeah, so if I try and cat agents.md, for example, same thing will happen if I try and cat claude.md. This happens. And you know what? LLMs expect an end to be reached, and there is no end in sight, so they run out of memory and crash, sometimes bringing down people's unsaved work. Mwahahaha. Yeah, and that crashed quick shell. Everything looks good. Okay. That could have ended the stream. That's how powerful it is. Agent Man going against agents. What do you mean? Why do you keep calling me Agent Man? My AI usage extends really to just as a glorified search engine. Because the modern internet is god-awful. Okay, so I have a... Oh. yeah, I still don't get it. Anyway, I have a function in here called text area line length, and I want to optimize this because this has to walk the entire line to get the amount of code points in a text area line. Text area just being my abstraction for storing UTF-8 encoded text. Yeah, this is not great. So what I'm going to do is go struct text area line, and I'm gonna say uint max t line length cache, line length cache outdated. And let me just peruse my functions that I expose. So I have text area. It's been like 2.5 months since I've touched this specific code, so I've got to see how things work. So okay, I have a put character, a delete line, clear line, clear, iter lines. I can iterate. So I have a bunch of iterators, line count and line length. Okay, so I got to hook into putc, delete line, clear, and yeah, that should be it. No, this is in C, specifically C99, and this music seems a little loud. Wait, I can keep it at the same volume. And then I can... How's that? Guys, please do let me know if my audio levels need adjusting. Because I look back at my streams and I'm like, oh shit, the music is way too quiet, or the music is way too loud. No worries, yeah, this is C99. I'm writing in C99 specifically because I want this text editor to be crazy portable. And it is. Someone actually got my text editor, an older build that is. Since then, I've made this text editor quite hopelessly reliant on POSIX, which I might fix in the future, but who knows. It's kind of a low priority task. This text editor, someone got it running in MS-DOS. So, you know. Yep, no, it's just C. I started doing a thing, though, where I don't type def my types, though, so I'm forced to explicitly declare what kind of type I'm referencing, and it causes... It helps with code readability and also prevents certain kinds of bugs, because, for example, structs and unions syntactically are used identically, but semantically at runtime are completely different. And yeah, MS-DOS. Crazy, right? Absolutely fucking insane. But you know what? Yeah, I'm not lying. Alright, so right. Let's see. So this song's not chill at all. I can probably make this louder. This is a Stardew Valley song, so it's really quiet. Anyway. By the way, that's one of the reasons I'm writing this text editor, so I can have an audio widget in my text editor, so I don't have to constantly do this and give you guys motion sickness. But anyway. I gotta say, if line... Wait, no. I gotta say, first I need to get the text area. And then I need to say, tal line length cache outdated. Actually, I should say line length cache valid. That way it's 0 initialized. Yeah, so that will invalidate the line length cache. And that's all that's needed there. And then we got delete line, which nothing is needed here because I'm deleting the text area line. Clear line, yeah, something will absolutely be needed here. Array, let's see, what? Array line SB. Array line length cache valid false. And then what next? Clear line. Clear. Yeah, nothing is needed here. Text area iter lines. Looks good. Line length. And then I'm gonna say if tal line length if not tal line length cache valid, tal line length cache screw sterlen utf8 screw string builder get tal sb, and I'm gonna say tal line length cache valid true. And now I can just return tal line length cache and also assert tal line length cache valid. And obviously this I need to change this. Okay, maybe one notch quieter, yeah. And then, yeah, this looks good. Again, can't you just Lua script the NeoVim? No, NeoVim is missing some fundamental things that I require to be happy editing text. The biggest one being native multi-cursor support that does not suck. Yeah. NeoVim is also kind of a hellhole of an ecosystem. Like, every NeoVim plugin expects you to download it, as opposed to just vendoring it, and like using all these random bullshit plugin managers, and it's a mess. It's a fucking mess, and I don't want to deal with that again. I dealt with that once, never again. No, absolutely not. Okay, so if tal line length cache is not valid, populate the cache and then set it to valid. And just to make sure, yeah, this looks good. This looks very good. Let me just confirm real quick that, oh shit. Yeah, okay. Clear line. And delete. Well, okay, nothing is needed there. Okay, so Let's make sure nothing breaks. Yeah, it looks good. And if I delete some, yeah, look at that. Everything's good. Wait, I need to text area line. Shit. Text area line length. Wait, I just realized. I think I can... Yeah, look at that. Now I can make the chat much smaller. Kind of. Quick question about Rebos. Would you recommend using it considering the last commit was 2024? Yes. Kind of. So, it's a project written in Rust. I wouldn't rely on it in case crates.io ceases to exist one day. However, Rebos is pretty much in a final stage. I've pushed it as far as I can. Since Rebos is not integrated into the distro itself, it's sort of limited, but it's pretty powerful in its current state, and I'd call it done. So yeah, you can use Rebos. In fact, I kept using it on Gentoo up until recently when I installed Arch and then Alpine. So yeah, you can use Rebos. Right now I'm using Hyperland. So, okay, I optimized. Optimized text area line length. No prob. Oh, I didn't put a period in that commit message. Oh, that's fine. I'm a grammar freak. Anyway. What else do I gotta do? Cat napkin. Napkini. Olivine. Right. So there is something I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I want to tackle this, because it's kind of a weird issue, but so I've got a little bit of semantic inconsistency in my text editor, and I'll need to switch to the SDL backend for this. And let me also, wait, I'm gonna unset run open path. Oh, wait, no, I want to export it as test text America. And the reason I'm doing this is because country flags are actually 2 code points as 1 character. So I can demonstrate this really easily. I need to OV UI backend set font list os.getEnv OVRC font. Oh shit. What? Hold on, what? OV window cursors enable selection. What? Window index true. Make Lua API stub. This is one reason I'm not a huge fan of Lua, to be honest. It's a scripting language. Is this music loud? Feels kind of loud. I don't know, though. Do let me know. Okay. Window cursors enable selection. Cursor filter. Target with... Hold on, what? Default window cursors enable selection. Window cursors enable. Do I need to do this? What? Wait. Is it just window cursor enable? Oh my god. Yeah. Whoops. Okay, now. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Fixed stupid typo. This is why I use compiled languages. Alright, so what was I saying? I'm also going to intermediately save the files too. So, OLV UI backend set font list os get env OLV RC font. There we go. And then I need to do user share nodo, user share fonts nodo color emoji .ttf. I'm gonna write this to playground foo.lua. There we go. So my US flags are appearing, and let me read the chat. I really wish YouTube's chat wasn't so bad. Is your text editor with like Cocoon keymap inspired or Vim keymap inspired or Cocoon approach like Unix Citizen and relying on external plugins or Helix approach like batteries included? For the keymap, since I am a Helix user, the default RC uses Helix inspired keymaps, key bindings. Whereas Olivine is more, it's a little like Emacs. It's minimal core, but very, very extendable because the core is so minimal. So I'm guessing you were not in the stream before when I showed this, but I'll show it again. Everything is a buffer. Wait, wrong. So I'm going to hit space, then Shift B. Everything is a buffer. So, for example, my window borders are done via a buffer. And I can even change the size too. So you can have your borders look like literally anything because the dimensions of the border and the border itself is completely customizable. I could also have this be bigger. So the dimensions, like you could make your borders 5 characters thick if you want to. But yeah, and then boom. Anyway, what I wanted to show is that Olivine supports grapheme clusters, but kind of. It's there's this issue I need to tackle, and that is if I do a selection deletion with my cursor, it only deletes 1 code point when it should actually delete 2 because the American flag is a country flag, so it uses 2 code points for 1 grapheme. So that's an issue. as you can see, when I delete another code point, it looks normal again, and I can keep doing this until I get to the end. So that's the issue I need to figure out. Only problem is I don't know how to semantically make it work. I understand. I actually already looked at your project since you started, but I didn't get it well. Thanks for explaining. Yeah, no problem. Actually, I can show you guys this. If I source, so I can run this without installing it. Export grep export. If I run this with no RC, you can see that the text editor is just a black screen unless you provide it with Lua code to execute. And that's by design. Core is unopinionated. Core is like a kernel. It just manages resources for you, and yeah, it does the grunt work, whereas everything opinionated, everything graphical, everything user-focused is done via Lua. And that is so you never have to submit a patch to Core in order to do something as simple like put the mode line on the top of the text editor. It's more of a longevity thing. Like, if I disappear tomorrow, my software will still be usable, and you won't have to submit a patch, and on top of that, forking it should be pretty easy too. Oh, hey Tech, how's it going? Oh my god. Yeah, I hate this YouTube translate thing. I wish they remove it. Anyway, yeah, so I should also probably put on Do Not Disturb just to prevent any stream sniping, or like people sending notifications that will get me banned off YouTube. I'm also not going to open DMs on stream. That's just a bad idea. I'm fine. How about you? I'm good. Finally get to stream a little bit. It's been a while. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I want to tackle this semantically. Also, check this out. The SDL backend supports it supports a transparency, window opacity, what? Opacity alpha. What did I call this hint? I forgot. Alpha. No. UI backends. SDL. UI backend. Int. I called it window alpha. Oh my god. Wait. Yeah, that's... I know why. It's because the background is solid. Playground foo Lua. OV UI backend hint. Well, first I'm going to do OLV window theme edit. I want to do the global theme. And I'm going to do clear background true. Excuse me. OLV UI backend hint window alpha math floor. And I'm going to do times 0.85. Yeah, I got window transparency. How based is that? 8.5. No caveats either. It just works. Making v1.2 for legacy macOS kit. Is that legal? Doing the same... How is that the same thing? I won't question it. Sounds cool. I don't know much about the whole OS homebrewing thing, to be honest. I just kind of use Linux and that's it. I do know a lot about OS internals, though. I'm actually building an operating system as one of my projects, but yeah. Okay, so I gotta figure out this semantically, and I don't know how I want to do it. I think the way I'm gonna do it is, I'm gonna go to, let's see, code point count, and then I'm gonna say, if A equals B, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna say, no, I'm gonna hijack AB. I think that's what I should do. Also, this music is way too quiet. Okay. I don't know what iOS Kit is. I don't play around with iOS devices. I don't like any of that. I just, I have an Android device. It has Graphene OS on it. That's all I want to do with my phone. I hate smartphones with a passion. I absolutely despise them. And then on my desktop and laptops, I just use Linux and BSD, and that's it. Yo, are you the guy who had I don't remember your name, but I think I remember who you are. You had a different profile picture. It's like you and someone else. Welcome back, though. This song is mildly annoying. I'm also gonna have to turn this one down a little bit. Alright, see ya, Tech. Yeah, I see that. What is that profile picture? It's like glasses on a stack of paper? Or a box? Also, why... I just noticed this one is like high fidelity, but this one's pixelated. That's interesting. Yeah, good to see you too. It's been a long time since I've last live streamed. How long has it been? It's been... yeah, 2 months. God damn, dude. Well, it's nice to get back into it. But yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I'm just gonna ignore that since everything seems to be okay. Yeah, alright. So... oh, it's a default YouTube image. Gotcha. BSD, my favorite BSD has probably got to be FreeBSD. Just because it's the only one that's actually trying to be desktop friendly. It's got drivers that certain hardware needs. It's got all the packages you could ever need for userland. It's got it's focused on speed. So yeah, FreeBSD. I think In my opinion, FreeBSD is also the most mature option. It's got everything you need for daily usage. So yeah, that's what I used on one of my laptops. I daily drove FreeBSD until it kernel locked, but honestly, I'm gonna attribute that to me futzing around. Right, so what is this doing? While TMP line is less than or equal to interesting. I wonder if this code can be optimized. I think it can. I think I can do maybe. Can I just do this? Like, if I do, let's see. Can I just do if A line equals B line, just do B column minus A column plus 1? I think I can do that. Well, if anything breaks, we'll know. AB right here. Bool A. So I want to say if cursor line is less than cursor selection point line, I want to do if A. So that's pretty standard stuff. And then if they're the same, then this check fires. And I want to say if the selection is off, I want to say let's see, what do I want to say? I want to say const UI or const you went max B call, and I want to say text area grapheme forward and I want to say const struct buffer buffer manager selection AB, like that. And of course, now I got to go down here and just say buffer. And now this needs buffer to struct buffer buffero includes and I just want to say I think what I want to say is something like if grapheme aware buffer I want to say, and I'll do this like this. If grapheme aware, I'm going to make the chat a little smaller. If grapheme aware, do that. Else do cursor, or do a call plus 1. Const uint max t a call. Cursor position column. And I want to say buffer TA cursor position line, or I'll just abstract this way into line, or AB line, and then the code point column will be a call, and const uint max t AB line cursor position line. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say if A, go ahead and return cursor position, otherwise return struct buffer cursor position line cursor position line column is equal to bcall. Wait, no, I can just do this. So I'm going to return this, but I'm going to say a call, else b call. And there's no point in calculating b call if not a. So actually I could instead say a call like that, and then if not a, calculate b call, because anything grapheme related is a little computationally expensive, just a little bit, and I'm gonna use b call instead, and instead of line is equal to cursor position line, and this is by what I mean by good multi-cursor support, by the way. See how it's just seamless? Line AB line. There we go. So yeah, I think I gotta say I'm gonna instead call this next code point, or next call, I think, const uint max t b call next call -1. So yeah, let me just real quickly check to see what this function says. Move code point column forwards by 1 grapheme, safely clamping at the line start end bounds. Yeah, so, and I'm gonna say to, I'm only going to do this if, next call is more than a call, do this. Else, just do next call. And this is just a safety measure. Yeah, so there we go. I'm gonna wrap this in parentheses too, just because it looks nice. And yeah, so I believe that will fix my grapheme issue. Hopefully. I'm not totally sure, but let's see. Guess there's only one way to find out. buffer manager 1357. Right, I need to pass buffer into here. What? Draw 237 and then 340. Lua API buffer okay, and I'm gonna make clean just to make sure there's no header poisoning. Alright, now if I hit delete, yep, okay, it deletes one grapheme, sweet. If I do it again, yep, works. So now I'm going to set my fonts again. Like this. And yeah, so now it deletes things properly. If I do, yeah, it still breaks. Right, okay. Let me do this again, but instead I'm going to... Okay. Why does it do that? If I do this. Yeah, okay. It's not deleting. It's one short because I need to selection AB. So in here, not only do I have to do this here, but I also have to say okay, I think instead I need to abstract this. I need to say const uint max, or just uint max t a call, or a line cursor position line uint max t a call cursor position column uint max t b line cursor position line uint max tb call cursor position column. And what I need to do instead is say if cursor selection is not on, I want to or if cursor selection is on, I want to say I want to move these up there. So I'm going to move these here. And I'm going to say if cursor position line is less than the point line, I want to say a line is equal to cursor position line. Or actually, I can just say wait, no, I'll do it like this. And then B line is equal to cursor selection point line. And then I'm going to say, yeah, so there's that. And then down here I just want to do the inverse. So B A. And I'll delete that. And yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm also going to assert that A line is less than or equal to B line. just to make sure, you know, that there's this relationship between them. And why not? I'll also, just for, you know, completeness, I'll do B line is more than or equal to A line. And also to really show that this code is not AI generated, you know. And now I'm going to say A call is equal to cursor position column. B call is equal to cursor selection dot point dot column. Like this. Yeah. And then the inverse will be down here. How are the audio levels? Looks pretty good, I'd say. So, yeah. And then I just want to take this, and I want to say, I want to assert if A line does not equal, if A line equals B line, or actually wait, I can just do it like this. I want to say, or A line is not equal to B line, but if they're equal to each other, I want to assert that, oh shit, that line, that A column is, or I said column, I meant to say call. I'm going to assert that A call is less than or equal to B call, and B call is more than or equal to A call. Assertions are good practice. Good to have them. I also want to say else. I should have this in an else. Yeah, something like this. I also need to actually guarantee that I set A call and B call, so I need to say A line is equal to cursor position dot line, B line is equal to A line. Wait, I can just do this, I just realized. Actually, wait, no. Just that. And then I want to say, I need to guarantee something here. So I need to say, A call is equal to cursor position column, yeah. And then I need to say B call is equal to cursor selection point column, like this. And now I just put this down here. Yeah, like that. So this way, it all gets set properly, I believe. Yeah, this looks right. I feel like I could simplify this even, but I'm just gonna keep it like this, maybe simplify it later. Alright, so I'll probably simplify this later. Right, so... Alright, hold on. Man, I hate sharing a room. Anyway, what was I doing? I was, yes. Okay, so once I have this information, I could return this, but now I need to do grapheme handling. So I'm gonna return a new struct buffer cursor position. I need to say A line, B line, column A call, B call. And I'm gonna line it up nicely. Like that. That's kind of hard to read. I'll do that. So now I need to say B call. So if grapheme aware buffer, I need to say B call is equal to text area grapheme forward -1, or actually I'm gonna do this. Const max t b call capture b call, and I want to say buffer ta, and then I'm gonna say b line, b line, and I'm gonna say code point column b call, of course. And I want to say if b call is more than b call capture b call minus. Snap b column to end of grapheme. B call capture, b call. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, that looks good. I think this will work. So now if I do this, audio levels still look good. I could even turn them up a tiny bit, like that. Maybe down one single notch. And now if I do delete, it deletes 2 code points, delete. If I do like that, looks correct. Hold on, let me restart this. So now if I select 2 of these and delete, that's not right. Wait, no, that is right. Yeah, okay, it looks like it works. It worked, I think. Did that work? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, okay. Looks like it worked. Yeah. Make run. Playground. Food Alua. Yeah, that works. And if I, yeah, so, and obviously I also make sure that it's under a grapheme aware check, selection AB. So it only does this if the buffer is grapheme aware. So, okay. And I can now mark this as done. Buffer cursor selection semantics don't respect grapheme boundaries. Okay, so, yeah. I'm gonna have to end this stream soon. But yeah, I would call this a mission successful. Buffer manager, draw, Lua API, the git diff. Oh, one thing I still do need to test is whether this works across lines. So if I do, oh my god. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, ABC, XYZ. If I do something like this, that seems to work. How about if I make run on the US flags again? Audio levels look good. Okay. So I'm gonna do all this. Yeah, it looks good. That actually wasn't as hard as I expected it would be. Alright, so that's 3 commits in 1 live stream. Not terrible. I'm gonna... How long have I been streaming for? 55 views. Holy. Wow, okay. Impressive. Let's see, did I just expose any personal information? No, I did not. Okay, good. Yeah. So it looks like 5 people are watching the stream. That's pretty good. Well, not great, but love y'all. Better than 0, of course. How do I see how long I've been streaming for, though? Do I have to go to YouTube itself? I think I do. Yeah, 77 minutes ago. That's pretty good. An hour-long stream. Tradition. Oh, did they remove the dislike button? Damn, dude. That sucks. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now. This was a pretty good stream. See y'all in the next one. Who knows when that will be. But yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.